kind of a different concept. Sweat doesn't affect the stain if you're having issues with a oil base.
And Tim, you don't have to let the water dry completely,
Nope.
right?
Now everybody water pops differently. I kind of migrated to using a garden sprayer and a T-bar, but you guys gotta do what you gotta do it. The big thing for me is as long as there's not heavy puddles on the floor, the stain's not gonna necessarily be held up. When you have a puddle, you've actually saturated the wood, now the stain can't penetrate. So, give that a few moments to talk about color palette. You guys know about your primaries? I kind of had forgotten. So I brought back this conversation. Most residential guys say they would never use that. But where those colors come into play is to make green. You look at a color wheel, green is opposite red. Any color that's opposite each other negates each other. So if you have a customer who has a red oak floor, they don't want to see the pink, you actually add green to your stain color and you'll neutralize the pink. I've been able to take Brazilian cherry and do a white stain on it and kill 90% of the red. It can be done. In the sport world though, it's huge. We're doing purples, we're doing oranges, we're doing greens, we're doing yellows, they love it. But the color mixing is where this conversation comes into play. And these two are the other two that are going to make us really unique. In the oil world, everybody has a neutral or a natural, but the problem with that is it adds yellow. In our stain technology, I can cut a color and not add yellow. So I can cut my white, I can cut my browns, I can cut my black, and not add yellow. Because right now, yellow is not as popular as it used to be in the wood industry. People are looking for something a little bit more neutral. But that's where these colors can start being a little bit more conducive to that. We don't have this big, huge 30 color palette, but we are building a library right now that you need to know what color kind of approximately matches the Duracell tone. I probably already have it. But I will tell you that we can't exactly match Duracell because we're using different pigments. We do not get the heavier grain highlights in oak. We don't get the heavy blotchiness in maple compared to that stain. It's not to knock their stain. They won't look exactly the same. They just can't because they're using different pigments. So